Good afternoon, everyone. Thought I'd do a little follow-up from yesterday. Yesterday I talked a little bit about heading over to our local YMCA to kind of speak with people about, why are you participating in this specific activity? What are the benefits of those activities for you? Also had an opportunity to take the dog to the park and talk to a couple people at the park as well yesterday. Well, as I was kind of processing this first day of asking these questions, I forgot that on my schedule I was going to have the opportunity today to attend the Alamance Wellness Summit. It was a great opportunity to work with the Alamance Collaborative. It's a group of people that are coming together to talk about health and well-being and what that looks like from our own individual impact that we can make, as well as all the way, related to policy and kind of creating this foundation for that work. We had a great opportunity to hear a little bit about kind of some of the things we should be thinking about. And one of those, to get us started, was this idea of the free range kid. And the free range kid is the kid that we let run out, go ride their bicycle outside on the street with their friends, go out and play, not supervised, not structured. And so our guest speaker had us close our eyes and kind of go back to the first activity that we could really remember participating in or being a part of as a child. And so automatically I went right back to playing on my grandfather's farm. When I was actually 3, I lived at the farm for a year. And then when I was 6, I actually lived there for a year as well. Actually, no, sorry, excuse me. Not when I was 6, when I was 9. I was thinking of my cousin because I'm about to tell you a story. So we had to close our eyes, and I'm thinking about, okay, what were we doing? Well, one story it took me back was to a time when my cousin Stephanie and I, it was after a big rainstorm, we decided to, as we told my mom, go walk in the mud holes, because we had huge mud holes. There's tons of dirt roads, and so where like the big tires from tractors and all that had pulled up, they would get pretty deep. And so instead of walking, let's just put it this way, we decided to go swimming. But we did a lot of, adventures, like going down to the creek. We would ride our bikes all over the farm. I can remember having our little flower baskets and stuffing it with food and snacks. And the thing about this free range activity is a lot of times it definitely wasn't structured. And many times we didn't have adult supervision. And here we are, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. We had to be back at a certain time, but we were able to kind of explore and be exposed and make decisions about what it was we were doing. And so if we think about today, a lot of these activities are very structured, and then our infrastructure doesn't really support the opportunities for people to connect to different areas. And what I mean by infrastructure, our focus today was really about how do we get to places? So meaning, do we have access for walkways that are connectors? Are there opportunities for people to ride bikes? And what does this public transportation look like? And just the fact, we need to be more active. As a society, we're becoming more sedentary. A lot of times we're staying indoors, we're watching a lot of TV, playing a lot of video games. And so we talk about the physical piece of it, but what does it actually do for developing our mental capacity, if that's in our children, all the way up to individuals who would identify as someone who's a senior. And so for me, it was kind of having some of this time to reflect on that. And so what I'm going to add to this asking the why and the benefits of movement and activity is I'm going to start asking the next couple of days, people, what was the first activity that you remember doing? And a lot of times we think that it needs to be some structured activity, such as being inside the Y, being on a treadmill, being for youth, the scheduled basketball and baseball game and all that with their teams, which is good. But how are we engaging in opportunities for people to get their steps in and having access to walkways throughout an entire community? So just kind of some food for thought. I'm going to be thinking about it a little bit. Would love for you to share some comments related to what kind of free range kid were you? And again, I'm 40 and thinking about 20 years ago, and what does that look like for my son, and how am I creating opportunities for him to do that? And most recently, we were at Carowinds riding roller coasters. So I could hang in there. I hung in there for about 4 or 5. And then I was starting to have, oh my gosh, I'm 40, I feel nauseous, I can't get on another roller coaster ride. And so for me, I had to have the conversation. I was like, I need to give Kalen, my son, some independence to be able to go. He's 10 to go ride a ride by himself if he felt comfortable. So, we had a location of where we would meet when he would get off the ride. He knows my phone number and contact information. And so we had a plan. And so it was an opportunity for him to be responsible and show some independence and also participate in an activity that he enjoyed. So think about that this week. And again, please leave me some comments about what were some of those free range kid activities you were doing growing up. Thanks so much. Bye.